Hey, everybody. Hope I'm live. Can't really tell. I spent most of the day getting prepared for this afternoon, and then I got all encompassed and consumed in Zach's live. He runs a pretty polished show. I got to say he keeps things moving pretty quickly and stays on task, and he's able to keep up with all the people in the comments too, which is pretty cool. I'm trying some new things out. I had some experiments planned for today that aren't going to work out, but I do think I have some interesting topics and things to talk about. One of which is going to be this little guy right here. I want to know if you guys can figure out what this is. I know what it looks like, but I'll be curious if anybody knows what it is, and I'll keep asking the question until the time that I actually answer it. Well, thank you, Betty. I'm glad you're here. Mr. Davis is here. Oh, you're Davis. Mr. Letterman's here. He was the first one here. Let me know what was going on. They were running late. I knew he was running late. I want to stay in for the last minute, and I should running it over here on this computer is what I should do is start watching him over here, but I didn't, so it doesn't matter. But we'll give some time for some people to get in and have a seat and join us. Hopefully, we'll get a few people in. I hope Gons and some of the guys show up. I'm sure they're waiting on him to draw something over there. I don't know if you guys have noticed the new logo or not. I'm debating whether or not changing my name. I haven't done it yet. I'm thinking about going with Dugan Stuff and Things because that gives me a wider range of expectations. Does that make sense? That I can do more with not only knives but my other habits. They are habits, other hobbies and so forth. I feel a little out of sorts today. I apologize. I'm in between med doses, and it's been yesterday was just a really bad day. Today's been pretty good. I've looked forward to doing the live stream all week, actually. They're getting better and better, and I think they're getting a little bit more polished. I'd like to think so anyway. So it seems to be getting some draw afterwards. But for the most part, we're averaging about 14 to 15 people during the stream and 30 to 40 after watching it. And I found out through the community, that being YouTube, that people watching you live while you're live does not count as view hours. And I did not know that. So the importance to have people watch the live streams after the fact are the ones that count. Not that these folks don't count, because this is about the community part. This is where I get to know you guys and you guys get to know me. And I've definitely gotten to know a lot more about a lot of y'all, you know, Blade Walker, Dwayne, Betty, you as well. Gonzo's been on a buying spree from the looks of things. Hopefully he'll be here shortly. I think he's picked up a new pistol, and I think toward the end of the stream just now, he said he had ordered a knife or gotten a knife in. I've got one that I want to share with you guys, and I have some opinions. And I got an experiment coming up. Not quite sure what I'm going to do it yet, but I thought up a new way to do some comparisons with knives that nobody has seemed to have done yet, that I think you guys will find interesting. But we'll see. I don't know if I got a few more subs or not. I seem to be sitting right at 788. I haven't been able to see that I've really gained any that I can tell. 790. I got 2. Yeah, I got 2. You're right, sir. I got 2. I got those today since before I left the house for a little while and came back. So that's good. I'm going to turn this crazy banner off on the bottom, guys. I think my disclaimer is maybe kept the YouTube people from beating me up too bad this week. Give you more real estate to see things up and down and so forth. See if we could share some screens too. Get into some things here. Picture in picture looks pretty good. Still don't have a lot of folks in here yet, but I'm dying to show you guys this. And again, don't forget about what this is. Remember, we're guessing. Any guesses of yet? And yes, sir, Dwayne, you're right. I need to be patient, but I just been at this about 6 years. Of course, I've only really been working hard at it for about a year. And I got to tell you, I hand it off to G-Ball, man. He has been doing fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. And then Casey with these streams, I'm not sure. I guess I'm not reading. Either I'm not getting the emails from YouTube or I'm not paying attention to the YouTube community and I'm trying to learn more. From what I can tell, they're pushing these streams to the creators to do more and do the vertical and all that. And I have the ability to do all that. Then I was wondering, I was talking to Casey on one of his lives yesterday, I think it was, and I was asking him, I said, hey, how are you getting the popular music? Well, come to find out that if you do the uploads from the app on your phone, you can use tunes that are there and they're current stuff or popular hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s or whatever. Well, hell, I didn't know that. I was using the crappy old music that, you know, non-copyright stuff, and I don't want to get in trouble. So you're just starting out. It will work. I hope so, Betty. I really do, because I really enjoy doing it. And you know, the best part for me so far has been getting to know you guys, because now you're just not names scrolling by. And I heartfelt when I send out hey to you guys when I see you in other streams and other, partials of YouTube. I can say, okay, now I know something about Betty. I know something about Blade Walker and Gonzo and these guys, and I'm getting to know them. Even Cole was very nice to me today. I was blown away. He was actually cordial and it was great. So I was happy to see that. Let's see, cigar holder. I like that one. I didn't think of that. That's not what I think it looks like. I know what I think it looks like, but I know what it is. And I'm not going to say either one, but we are going to go over it. The Night's Edge. How you doing, man? Glad to see you. Glad you showed up. Let's see who else. I hope I don't miss anybody. We got 4 people in here. But anyway, keep trying to guess what this is, guys. In the meantime, I did pick up the knife. I spent more money than I should have, and I've got a little buyer's remorse on this one. I ain't going to lie to you. Pardon my hands, because I'm having a frustrating day with this damn Parkinson's. And I'm just going to try to take care of it and keep moving. This one was the knife last week, and this is the Kaiser, which you guys are already familiar with. And then this is the, oh hell, now I got to remember the name. And it was an expensive one, and I put it up here on the tab so I could remember. Cyber Trex or something like that. Cyber Trex. Well, at any rate, the most stealthy knife I've got and the most expensive knife I'm holding in my hand right now in my collection. Hello, everybody. Hey, Gons. Good to see you, man. Marco. Glad everybody's dropping by. Who else is in here? Don't want to miss anybody. Looks like we're doing, oh, let's see here. Everybody's saying hello. Good deal. So, yeah, the thing that I really like about these knives, they're really clean. Now, I have not tried to take this one apart. And to be honest with you, I probably never will. It just too much money out of pocket on this. And it flips a little weird. There's almost like a detent there. This one, I can feel a clear detent. This one, not so much. And I'm sure there's a ball in there. I'm going to wind up cutting myself is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I see it in there. But, and I'm having a little bit of deployment problems with it. But again, the most expensive knife in my collection. I'm going to compare it to the butter knife just because that butter knife's about a nickel. I hate to even begin to tell you guys what this thing cost. Shouldn't compare it to that. That's for sure. Excuse my runny nose as well. Well, now that we got a few more people in here, I'm going to show the item again. I want people to try to guess what this is. Gons, this might be up your alley. I can't really show it to you good through that camera. Let's see if this camera does a little bit better. Can y'all figure out what that is? I want y'all to guess, and then we're going to go over it a little bit later in the stream here, what that is. That's going to be my secret thing. Oh, yeah, and I got one of these. Well, that sounds pretty sick. I don't know what the hell that is. That's better. I thought that was going to be like... Oh, there it is. That's it. Like Zach's. Oh man, Knife's Edge. You had to ask me questions that I'm incapable of answering, and I thought I was better prepared. Let me see here. The top one is the Kaiser Beyond, is what this one is. And This one was about 170 bucks. I just got it because it was so clean. I mean, it's even the backside has only got two, visible screws other than the pivot. I thought it was a clean knife, and I thought this would be a good comparison with this one. This is you had to ask me, and I don't have it handy on the computer here. I'm horrible. I got the box. Hang on a minute. Couple things I'm terrible at is remembering names, anniversaries, birthdays. I got two kids and I can't tell you their birthdays. To be honest with you, I don't even have a clue. I could probably struggle through and figure it out eventually. Let's change this. Come here. All right, you ready? You wanted to see everybody. He has been in my lap off and on all day when I was working over here to get ready for you guys. Hey, Blade Walker. And he thinks he has to come up here now and be part of the show. And if I let him, he would put his head down and just go to sleep. He'd just be finished. Otherwise, he's laying down here by my feet. I don't know where the little girl's off to. But they're here. Very much interested in what's going on. Can y'all read that? Because I'm having trouble with these glasses. I'd have to get the big glasses out. It's the plain titanium handle, Cybertrex, or however you say it, B-P. And it's made by Reich. So that's the knife. And I spent too much money. To be honest with you, for it being the most expensive knife in my collection, it's not my favorite. But again, I just got it a few days ago. And school's still out on it. The pivot, not the pivot, but the detent doesn't seem to be as strong as it could be. Todd, hey, buddy. I hear that you're here. I see that you are. Robin. Hey, man's here. Man, a bunch of you guys are in here. Well, I've got an experiment today, and I've already shown the others. We're guessing what this is if anybody's newly tuning in. If anybody can guess what this little item right here is. I'm looking for guesses, and then we're going to go through what it is after we have a few people take a look at it and guess at it. Let's see if they can figure it out. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today, or ask you questions about, is the channel name change. I liked what the Gonzo came up with last week, but I'm thinking about going with Stuff and Things because it's a broader mix of stuff. And the only thing that scares me about adventures is I'm not a very adventurous guy at this point. It really is. It's going to be more about what I can show you guys via the camera and that sort of thing. My audio seems to be overdriving a little bit. Do you guys feel that as well? I turn it down a little bit. Cell phone holder. Nope. And somebody came up with cigar holder earlier, and that's not it either. And by the way, I have been doing some looking into the phone number for the call-ins, and that's looking more and more promising. There's a couple different ways I can go about doing it, and I'm trying to figure that out now. And I had planned on going wireless microphones today and using this lab mic, but I couldn't find my adapter to plug it into my stereo, not my stereo, but my audio system. So I had to put the Conch Blanche on that. So I'm going to try to clean this all off because what I've got coming up next is going to take more real estate here on the table than what I have room for right this minute. But I hope you guys will find it interesting. I know that some of y'all will for a fact, and I know some of y'all for a fact aren't going to care for it any, but thought we'd go over it anyway. But I do have a pet peeve today, a couple of them actually. I don't know if you guys are interested in hearing about those. Fast food. You guys been out buying fast food lately? Other than the price, which we're all disgusted with. But has anybody been out to like a McDonald's, a Captain D's, or anything of that nature in the last little bit here? Probably in the last year or less. I've just never seen anything so atrocious. All right, Mr. Letterman, you're close. You're real close. You're on the right track. Although it's not kitchen related, but you're on the right track. That should give you some kind of hint. Don't eat out, brother. I got you. Well, I'm not going to anymore. After today, I'm just done. I had to run an errand for my dad, and I refused to eat fast food. Where did you go there? I got you. Well, that's my sentiments exactly. The local diners, and there's only one chain that I actually get along with that's I consider diner food is Bob Evans. We have one around the corner here, and it makes me it does a good breakfast. I'm not going to say great, good, and then the other stuff, But if I want a good breakfast, I generally wind up going to Cracker Barrel if there's going to be a chain type deal going there. But can any of these people get anything right anymore? I mean, is it just an impossibility to go through a drive-through and have expectations of getting the right food? I know better than drive away without checking, but I did it today and I had to turn around and go back. So at any rate, let's see here. Mag holder for Pew Pew. You're in the right genre, however you say that. You're in the right realm of hobbies. How about that? You're in the right realm of hobbies. The question is, what part of the hobby does it take part in? And it wasn't the one that you explained. But it is in that hobby. So I think you guys are narrowing it down here pretty quick. Yeah, it's expensive, Knife's Edge. It's just I don't even know what to say about all of it. I'm to the point where I'm just ready to. Well, I'll be damned. I think Kevin just went live again, guys. He did. I'm gonna shut up. I think he goes live about 3 times a day. And I understand, get back to that. And I've jumped around a little bit, but we got enough people in here now. I know that YouTube's apparently pushing everybody to do live content and do it vertical and blah, blah, blah. But I would give a glance to the calendar and give it a little bit of respect. I'm trying to, and I'm overlapping with Zach a little bit. And I tried to postpone that even further out by running my intro later and all that so I don't interrupt. Because I'm real respectful of the community. About the only guy that I would run over and not think a whole lot about it. It's needs. I'm just saying, not that I have enough pull, but damn, between Kevin and Keith, they were pulling in about 160 people away from what Zach was doing, give or take. I'm not sure, but live shorts. Yeah, laugh out, damn, Casey. That's the rest. What was that one? That is the rest to set your barrel. Okay. No, you're in still the right area, buddy, but you got to figure it out. I'll tell y'all here in a few minutes because we're going to get everything out here and we're going to work on it together. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm up to. I hope you guys find out exciting. As a matter of fact, let's just get some of the preliminary stuff out of the way here that I got to get done. And we'll do this. We're going to bring the scale down. It's funny. He has the exact same scale I've got, except for I put black on top of mine here, a little sticker, so it wouldn't be so shiny. What do you guys think this thing weighs? We're going to need that information. So it's, whoa, that's ounces. I need pounds. Will it give me pounds? I bet the scale won't go to pounds. Yeah, it will. 1.61. 1.61. And we're going to have 4 of them. I think I got 4. Yep, 4 of them. So what does that come out math-wise? You mathematicians that are probably faster at it than I am. Let's see what we got here. 1.61 times 4. That's more hints coming y'all's ways, by the way. So that's that plus 5.2 equals. It's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, KOK. Can't figure out when to do my first live. I don't want to set an alarm at 3 a.m. You know what I'm looking at, man? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm semi-retired. I may start popping something off during the week. Maybe after Cole or before on Thursday, or I got to figure out something. I'm going to take a really hard look at that calendar and see what little smidgens are left, because there ain't much. And there's a lot of people on there I've never even heard of. So I'm going to definitely take some looking into that, deep diving on it a little bit. Let's see here. I hope I'm not missing too much steel. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody got it. Mr. Letterman got it. You're the man, Dwayne. You got it. That's the topic of conversation today. So that brings me to my next little deal. Share a different screen with you guys here. First of all, that's what they hold. Mr. Letterman was it Mr. Yep, was 100% correct. They are hooks to hold steel targets. Now I bought, this is a 3-piece set that's on Amazon, and why I bought them was they're pistol caliper. You could probably get away with a little bit heavier if you're far enough away, but I got them for pistol, and they're raw steel. They're not painted, they're not powder coated, they're not nothing. That set of 3 was $56, and I bought an additional one. I don't remember how much it was. And there were 4 of these, and these had to be painted as well. So I painted these, and I'm going to grab something. I'll be right back. I know that a lot of you guys in here are physically handicapped and have some issues yourselves. And I was trying to develop a system that would be handicap friendly, if that's possible. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, and I don't know how this is going to show up with my green screen and all the crap I got going on, but I'm going to do my best here. So let's get this back over to this. And we're going to hide this. Sorry if I'm not keeping up with the chat. This is about a 4-foot high fence post. And I got this on Amazon as well. And they were very inexpensive. It's light gauge steel. I haven't mic'd it to see what the steel is. Steel. I'm in the steel business and I can't say steel. But this thing right here simply goes onto it like that. Could be any easier, right? So instead of me beating this stick to death, I'm going to bring this closer, and tearing it up, I'm going to make a little wood thing that it's going to fit into, and I'm going to take a mallet with me, a heavier mallet, and put these in the ground. They don't have to go far. I just want to get them up past this wing. So that's the first part of the system. timber. My dogs ran when I did that. Let's see if I can catch up on some of the stuff here. I use silhouette targets to train with. Cool. So are they at the range for you already, Gons, or do you have to bring them with you? Because we have both. We have plates. We have variety of things. And now they have allowed us in some of the shooting bays to bring stuff in like bowling pins, and as long as they clean up our mess. Don't know. Cool knife. I got to get used to holding it and messing with it, but I haven't done that yet. I'm really bad about getting them and putting them in the drawer. I'm sad to say, unfortunately, but that's a bad habit of me. Let's see. Work Monday through Friday, 6:30. Oh man, oh, that's miserable. You must be a young buck yet. If you're still working that hard, you must be a young man. God love you. Let's see. No problem with mine. Cool, dude. What? $30. Sign me. Let's see. Ran when didn't. Yes. Problem after you fixed them. All right. So again, this hangs like we're talking about. All right. I got a lot more to this system that's going to be interesting to you guys. Now I feel like I'm cutting out. Is my audio cutting out or is it my headphone? I think it's my headphone, maybe. I got something going on. There's a loose connection or something. Yeah, I had a loose connection. I had pulled it out of the socket. That I did. Add to the screen, picture in picture. Let's get rid of this. All right. So I've spent 2 days on my side compound over here, and that's something else I'm working on. I want you guys to see. I know that's a lot of noise. Sorry. This plate, just so you have a reference point, anybody that cares, I'm probably boring the crap out of y'all, is about 9 3/4 inches by about 7. And I'm only going to be 15 yards on this, shooting pistol calipers for the most part, calibers. This plate weighs, just for reference, 3.8 pounds. It feels like it weighs more than that, but that's all it does weigh. I just checked it a while ago. And you're right, this goes through here and it will hang accordingly. I don't know if you guys can see that. But that's not the part of the system I really wanted to show you. I mean, this is cool enough on its own, but probably pull the tab out again. This fat guy moving around a lot like that's just killing me. Let's see. Good center mass plate. Yes, sir. Not bad weight. Nope. That's what I'm getting at, Todd. So I bought this case from Harbor Tool Freight. He thinks I'm somebody's at the door. In my thought process, and I'm going to spill a drink and everything else here. I'm just, when I built this desk, I thought it was really big enough. I'm going to try to open this without knocking everything over. The foam is going to go, just so you guys know. The foam, I have no need for the foam. I may put the top foam back in, but for the demonstration purposes today, we are removing the foam from the box. I'll save this because this is a decent plucking foam and can use for other projects. Depending upon how things go, I may leave this one in. And it's actually contoured already for the base. So my goal, again, I'm going to pull the plugs out. Hang on. I'm so excited about this project. I hope I'm not boring y'all to tears. But at any rate, I took a lot of time to think this out. So the plates will go in like that at the bottom end of the case because you want it on the bottom edge. All right. And then spilling stuff right and left. Here's a sheet of cardboard. And I'm going to put a piece of cardboard in between each one as I put it in here simply to keep it from rubbing. I mean, we know they're going to get shot up, gunked up, and everything else, but they're going to be painted periodically while you're at the range and everything. Then these little, I call them elephants, is what I thought somebody would actually say, some kind of figurine or whatever, you know, but I'm going to cut this cardboard. Well, that's actually pretty good. So these will go on the top up here, lined up, and I've got 4 of these. So the total weight for the hanger, make it look like this so it looks a little bit better for y'all to see. The hanger and the plate, all 4 of them in this package right here will weigh 21.64 pounds. And I think that's manageable to carry from your vehicle to where you got to get into the area that you could shoot steel at your particular range. And I think it's going to work pretty good. And if I remember correctly, there should be a weight. At least I thought there was. I want to say this case weighs 4 or 5 pounds. So all in, you're right around that 25-pound mark is where I think this is going to wind up, which I think is going to be a perfect scenario for not only transporting it out of your vehicle to where you want it in the range, but having it in your vehicle and not having all that chip paint getting everywhere and everything else. And it doesn't feel heavy at all. I know I've only got 1 plate in there, but I really thought it was going to feel a lot heavier. Chair's not cooperating now. I heard Zach was looking for a good fat boy chair. I got one right here that I'm sitting in that does a good job. He does a good stream, by the way. You guys didn't hear me say that earlier. I was really impressed with what he does. It really surprised me how efficient and the flow that he does. Let's see. What is everybody saying here? What's that say? That's going to be heavy. Ask K. Well, I mean, 25, 26 pounds. You carry more than that onto a plane if you're traveling. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that heavy. I may have to stop and rest every 5 yards, but I'll get it out there somehow. Let's see. Hey, man. See, it does look like an elephant. Yes, it does. They make really cheap. Yep. Now, that's a good point. Now, when I had my pickup truck, I did have a wagon that was all-terrain tires, sides on it. I even had an umbrella, a table on it, and I put it all together when I shot Steel Challenge. And I was able to pull that stage to stage, have a chair to sit in and everything else. But now that I don't have the pickup, I don't have the luxury of, there goes my audio again. I wonder why it keeps pulling out. I'm not sure why it's doing that. But at any rate, it won't fit my car unless I empty everything out of the back of it. But we'll see. I may go start start shooting Steel Challenge again. Let's see, go 30 pounds to be. Yes, that is correct. I think that, you know, by the time, and then of course the fence posts are going to have to be separate, and I'm going to keep them in a wood frame box that I'm going to make that's going to run behind the 2 front seats of the car. So all the dirt and everything from picking them up in and out will go in there instead of getting all over the car. So you would load them up outside the car and slide the whole thing in. It's like I do for my flags for rifle shooting. They go into a bag that zips up so there's no dirt going to get in the car. I'm real keen on keeping the car as clean as I can keep it. one of those fold-up wire grocery cart. I've been wanting to steal one of the little ones, you know, the little short guys with just this thing that's all right there at the right height and everything. But you'd have to tear the wheels off of it and put some all-terrains on it in order to make it work, because the little wheels wouldn't get around the range with all the spent brass and all the other crap that's sitting around there. Gonzo's way of time. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Gonz. Help me out. Roller cooler. Yep. I have a 12-volt DC cooler I keep in the back of the car for during the summer. No coolers for snacking only. Yep. So the other elephant in the room, no pun intended. What do y'all think about changing the channel name to Dugan Stuff and Things? I want to get this mobile thing going with these wireless mics and that auxiliary channel I have here, that I can get over there and start doing some stuff at the bench and having different activities going on each week that may or may not be knife related, gun related. They could be cooking for that matter. It could be a number of things. I like Gon's out of the chute name change suggestion last week, but I just don't think I have enough adventure in my life to call myself Adventures. I think Stuff and Thing may be a little bit better. So what y'all's thought on that? The name change would be good. Cool. That's cool. Thank you, Betty. Gons, thank you. I think this whole target system, just so I get this put to bed, once I bought the post, the targets, the brackets, and the case, excluding painting them, that was extra, which you're going to be repainting the plates all the time anyway. I think I was 200 and some change into the whole package. I don't think you can do a system any cheaper. I looked at the Cogwell. I think it's how you say it. Theirs were pretty reasonable too, but theirs were powder coated, and I thought, I'll just go ahead and use what I've got. You know, something that's going to be a little bit more flexible for me. Yeah, I think I'm going to change it officially this week, and I'm not sure how that's going to work. Maybe some of you guys can have a suggestion. I've done that on my personal page where I've changed it to my Parkinson stuff. And, you know, I only had 2 subs there. That's what's happening. Every time I bend this up, oh, I got a loose wire. I got to buy a new headset wire. That was a no-brainer. You know, that doesn't matter. And my page, I guess, will it migrate and follow? Let's see. Friends of mine. Let me see what he's saying here. I got to get on the bigger. Friends of mine work in the oil and sand. That was grout for traveling, rolling coasters, checking as well as planes. Well, I'm totally lost, Todd. Help me out. Did I miss something in the translation somewhere? Yeah, I agree. I got a broke wire right there, so I need to order one of these today. Probably with an angle, and I need to set it up where it actually gets tucked up and over or something. I need to actually give these up. I only use them to hear the feedback when I'm over here messing with this. And I try not to do too much of that because I'm sure it's aggravating. But once I get maybe some people that subscribe or join my thing after I get to 1,000, I'd like to have a little something. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Trying to keep up with the tri-states of the world, you know what I mean? Which is a challenge. Do you guys come here, sissy? You want to come see everybody? Come here. Come here. She sat down over there. She like, screw you. You had brother on there first. So, Gons, just before I left the other stream, I saw you say something about you got a knife as well. I know that you got the new M&P Shield. Did you get a new knife as well? I think you did. I think you're holding out. So I was going to share this and do this. So that's what I'm thinking about for my new logo. What do you guys think of that? Give you a second to look at that. Then I got something else for you to look at as well. That's kind of where I'm starting from. That took enough time in itself to create. It doesn't look very much like it took a lot of time, but there's 6 layers, 7 layers in that one little deal. Vasti. Ah, cool, Betty. Not familiar with that knife. I think that's pretty awesome. And you got the Osborne coming. And let's see, Rob. Let's see. I don't think I could eat enough sugar to keep up with TriState. I am going to order one of their his parents' ice ball things. I've been shopping them. They're not cheap. I may be a little bit cheap of a, you know what? And what I may do is say, hey, do you got something on Scratch and Dent? You know, maybe somebody that orders something that doesn't like their name on there. Let me get that. Oh, God. Actually, I'm thinking about putting this on there, but that's a lot of laser etching, so I don't think that's going to come to fruition. I think it's going to be something more simplistic like blank. Just get the thing that makes the ball and be happy. Dugan's Dandies. I like it. Knife Edge. That's pretty cool. I like to have the thought about changing names just because Rob, Nerdy Knives. But you know, that works. And I've looked at some of your stuff. I don't, you know, anything works. Mine just was never knife related or oriented toward knives, and it was never oriented toward guns. I think it was too self-centered, to be honest with you. And that's not the type person I really am. So I said to myself, I need to do something different with that. And I'm going to probably do that. Cool, man. I appreciate it. That took a lot of work. I still want to put something just below the knife. I'm thinking about just signing my name, just going not James. I wouldn't do that. Jim in cursive and let it go with that. Or I thought about putting the date that I started on YouTube, which is 6 or 7 years ago. Not the whole date, but the year or something like that. But I'm coming up with some ideas and trying to think of some things that might be a little bit better. I am going to start this week, despite me getting upset with KC a little bit. I am going to try some of this vertical live stuff just to try to help build the channel, but I am going to do my damnedest not to interfere with anybody else. So if it happens, it may be when some of you guys are working or doing other things, because to be honest with you, I need to start really getting this thing going a little bit better. I've been a little slow on the uptake, you know what I mean? Getting things done, and it's just it gets discouraging sometimes, but I'm not going to give up. That's not my vocabulary. I'm going to continue to be here whether I want to be or not. Who got a new brass sheepdog? Got a new brass sheepdog in 3V and a new TCal Night Shaker that I really like. I'm not familiar with that either. Night Shaker. Let's see something here. I'm trying to manipulate tabs on the other screen because I was in great hopes of being a lot faster at this. and my computer's just chugging. I'm getting about all I can get out of her, guys. I think that if I do too much more here, I'm gonna have to drop the YouTube signal on this side because I am getting inundated with how can I say it? Slowness. Well, I'm opening stuff right and left down here on the bottom. I have no clue what I'm doing, folks. I thought I had a browser open. I do have a browser open. They all seem to be dedicated to StreamYard. All right, I'm gonna be there's Kaleidoscope. Hey man. Let's see what we got here. Just if you do try to make Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not gonna that's why I hesitated. I started to pull the trigger earlier in the week and I said, I'm gonna think about this a little bit longer and see what people think before I do anything because I'm not gonna change it after I change it this time. This channel's only had the one name, so it's not like I've had a lot of different names. I think that one's not gonna kill me maybe. Things and stuff with stuff and things, people will wonder what your stuff I think, somebody in the, Discord, Tri-States Discord was screwing me something along those lines. Who was it? Ed Durbin, maybe? I forget who it was, but he was ragging me pretty good. What's TKE? I'm not sure what that means. TKE, that some of these just go flying over my head, and I'm pretty witty. I'm trying to backtrack here some, guys, too, to see if I missed anything. We can be can't talk. Consistently been having about 12 people in here, 11 or 12, at least from my side of the fence here that I can see. So the general consensus is it's okay to do the name change. I think I don't know if I'll keep the web address the same in terms of the email that I've already got set up and all the other stuff. If I change the name of the channel, do I have to change the name and well, there's two spots. Maybe you guys can help me with that. Maybe I can just bring that up. This thing is just driving me nuts. Well, that ain't gonna work. I lost you guys behind a couple screens, and that scared me. I feel like an idiot right now because I cannot figure out what I'm doing here. There we go. I got a new screen. That's what I wanted. Because I got a question, but it'd be easier for me to ask you guys by showing you than me sitting here trying to explain it to you. Okay. So let's see if I can share this. So I have what Dugan thinks, and then I also have the what Dugan thinks is the at as well. So I was thinking about my nose is running. I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking about just changing the header itself and leaving the what Dugan thinks address, or should I change both? I guess is the question that I have. I'm not sure if I should do both, do one or the other, or what would you do, or how would you handle it? Dugan's World. Who do we need to contact to get on Knife Tube's schedule? There's a guy on Instagram. Are you asking me? Because I think you guys already know. because I reached out to him earlier. I said something to him about I was going to make another schedule change. I bumped it up another 15 minutes to the 4:45. He hadn't had that update yet, so I gave that to him so he would know about it. Both are the same. Okay, Todd. I see what you're saying there. Yeah, I think so too. Well, if I pull the trigger on it, I'll probably do it the next day or two. I'm still really hesitant to make a big change, but I think it would help the channel. Is I really do believe that. If I didn't believe that, then I wouldn't mess with it. But I think it would be more conducive to what I'm trying to do, which is a lot of other things. Like, I don't know if you guys are interested in stuff like this or not, but I've got these wireless microphones that I'm working on. I know you can barely see those with that dark. I got a bunch of lights on here too. That's not very good. Let's put it on this pad. See if that looks better. Is that easier to see? That I was going to work with today, but I didn't have the right jack or adapter, and I had bought them already once, and I can't find the damn things. Do y'all have that problem that you buy something and then you go looking for it and you can't find it, and you put it in the place that you thought that was going to be easily, readily available to find later? Do y'all have that issue? Or is that just me? Sorry, I had a scammer I had to scram and get the dogs fight. Oh man. Well, that's not good. Hope you're okay. No wounds from it. I had a friend of mine try to separate two dogs that she had fighting, and she lost a finger in the process. I mean, completely gone. No joking. Let's see. I didn't want to run anyone over at the start out with the first live having people pissed out. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm real cautious with this community because I value the community. I mean, if it wasn't for the community, then what's the point in doing it, right? So I mean, I agree with you 1000%. Stay on the side of caution because I mean, I know the people that I don't mind pissing off, and there's only one or two at the most. The rest, I wouldn't want to do that on a bet, not because I'm afraid of them or anything. It's just the right thing to do. I'm all about doing the right thing. And then the other thing is there's people that I don't even know exist. I know that some of these are out there. I'm just finding there's a guy with the long beard. Uh, I don't even know the name of some of the shows, but they they're out there, and I don't want to step on their toes either. But a lot of those guys, some of them are 1 o'clock. Was it Big Red EDC? Or yeah, the guy with the little birds. I watched him from time to time. He has one really late street. Does he work a swing shift or something like that? I think he's got a late show. There's some other late shows, but even Kevin's on late for me. I can't stay up that late anymore. I was up this morning before 7, excited about getting with you guys, and you know, this is a big part of my day on Sundays now. To get ready for y'all and try to have the best content that I can come up with. And I'm not the best at it yet, and I'm still trying to figure it all out. And I just appreciate what support I'm getting. I mean, it's appreciated more than you guys will know. I can't even tell you how much it's appreciated. Let's see. I'll be pissed at you for $1. At this point, let's see. At this point, someone will, I'm sure that it matters how old or how late. Let's see. I'm going to give my name more thought. Okay, Blade Walker. Why? I think you got a great name. I don't know that I'd change that name at all. I think that's pretty damn good that you got that one. I don't know that anybody can have the same name you got on YouTube without adding a number behind it, right? They're pretty exclusive. Is that the way it works? Oh, is that why he's on the West Coast? Ah, I didn't even think about that. Kaleidoscope. That makes sense. I didn't even realize that. Damn, that's mind blowing for me. I do a lot of business in a lot of different countries. I buy steel, and one of the main trading companies I work with are in California, and even that little 3-hour difference sometimes I forget about. Uh, yeah, Blade Walker is a killer name, no doubt about it. There'd be no way I'd be and so is yours, The Knife's Edge. I think that's a great name too. I mean, now Gons, you could speak to the group now, buddy. Now, the little bit that I've known you, which isn't that long, but I've known about you for a little bit. You've had a few name changes over the last year. Am I wrong in thinking that, or am I just making that up? Just asking a question out there. You know what I mean? You're the expert. Look, virtually, you're going to be toads stepped on as far as many people start giving the EDC review a short. Yeah, and I'm gonna start working on shorts. I did one this morning where I just turned the microphone up as loud as I could and just slapped it around. Matter of fact, I was gonna see if I could play that for you guys, and I don't even know how that works. Let me try to do this. See if I can get some of this technology working that I have no well, we got up to 366 views. No audio though. It was an alright video. Guys, it took me more time than you know to do that stupid thing. I don't know why, but every time I went to post it, it thought it was posting a regular video. I had to redo it about 6 times to finally get it up in the format it was supposed to be in for a short. I don't know what I was doing wrong. It was too early in the morning, I guess, when I did it. Well, I played my short and everybody left. Damn. I went to Blockbuster for a while. Yeah, I remember that's about the time that I think I met you. That's when I first started live streaming, and you were one of the first people. Actually, you were the first person on my first live stream ever. And I think I'm on my 10th or 11th episode now. I'm going to start numbering these. And that's what you were when I first met you. And then when you made the name change, I only found out about it because somebody said something about it in another stream that I was watching, or otherwise I wouldn't have put 2 and 2 together unless you told me. Let's see. Changes once a week. Yet I don't have shorts. I think 1 or 2. Well, I guess they're all trying to compete with TikTok, and I think what the strategy is, and I don't know nothing, I'm nobody. But this whole thing with the tiki-taki thing with China and all that, I think that YouTube is getting posed and ready to jump in to replace that if there's any hint at all that that's going to go away in the United States. I think they're going to jump right into that bandwidth. What do y'all think? Do winter Saturday mornings and late Friday nights. But yeah, Javon, I keep trying to remember to watch his because I really don't have a good feel for him. He seems a little laid back and I think he's a little bit, I don't know, but he's a talkative little dude and he likes to talk. I really haven't. I've watched a couple of his videos and they're not bad. I like his style. He's laid back and, everybody's got it. MC, yeah. I watched him What was he on about the other day? He was on a soapbox about something. I forget what it was, but I watched him for a little while on his live. I'm trying to watch more of the lives so I can learn. And I think Cole's got it down pretty good. I mean, he's pretty smooth. A lot of the got bees. I mean, come on. From what I can tell, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I was watching him the other night and I try to catch him at the beginning. I take a little nap in the middle and try to get up in time to get into the drawings with him. And he was 300 plus last time I checked when I was on there Friday night, and he was waiting to get to 300, I think, to open a package or do something extra. Or, but him and his wife are diligent, man. I mean, and his content's out there. The video's good, the audio's good. Can't really say a whole lot about him except for he's on par and he's doing his job. You know, I mean, he's working it. Hope he's making some money at it because I'm going to tell you guys, this is not easy. This I've got some time and money invested in this. And today's like today when I'm not feeling really well, it's a challenge to come in here and get set up and do it and you know, be interactive and try to participate and be the guy that everybody wants you to be. And the show must go on as I named it appropriately. And then you have video and audio problems. Like if I pull up that and you get the blue, you see the background, the bricks in the blue ink. To me, that's funny as crap. I think I'm going to come in here, paint myself all blue one day, and all you'll see is my glasses and my beard, and everything else will be, coasted into the background. Does that be funny as crap if you ask me? There are already a couple of people overlapping each other like bees, and MC and bees have been doing that for a while, but I kind of feel like they got two different audiences, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe people watch both. I've done that as well. I'd have one going on the TV in the den, and I'd have my iPad out and watching another one here in the corner of my eye. It's no different than picture in picture, I guess, on your TV, right? So, and the big dogs can afford to do that. I mean, MC had over 300, I think, in his, and they had over 300 MBs. These knives is, let's see, 5 knives you can't go wrong with. I still can't get my phone to beep. It flashes and tells me there's stuff coming out, but it still won't give me a tone. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. Betty, did we lose you and bore you to death, or are you still in here? Down to 7. I'm boring the crap out of a lot of people, I think. I may have to wrap this up early because of the way I'm feeling, but I'll stay here until the last man standing, one way or the other. I wish I had more knives in front of me, but I really wanted to talk about the plates and see what your thoughts were. And if we can go back to that for a minute, does everybody think that's going to be a pretty good system? Then once I get it adapted and going and I go to the range with it the first day, I will be making a video and discussing if it's too heavy for me to carry and so forth. And maybe the handle falls off the case. I don't know. You know what I mean? There you are, darling. Well, I appreciate you still hanging in there with us. Hopefully you're doing something else productive instead of just watching my boring ass. Keep me in the background. Keep your life going, right? Hope you're feeling well. Blade Walker, I hope you're doing as well. No pun intended. Back well to well there. I can't talk worth a crap. The knife's edge. Let's see. Miss Betty, tell Mr. Clarence. I said, hello. Ah, okay. So you guys know each other. That's great. I love the community. To me, so far, that's the best part of the live stream's been so far. Where did Gons go? Where's my mediator guy, my policeman, moderator, the boss man? I guess he's still in here. And then I guess KC was getting ripped up pretty good in the live stream yesterday or the day before. He popped on and did a live, and he had a bunch of trolls in there. Apparently, a bunch of people causing him a bunch of grief, and they were popping him right and left. So far, I've been lucky and not had any issues with that at all. So I've been blessed to say the least. Let's see. Sorry, guys, eating, but I am here. Oh, okay. Well, eat, man. What are you having? Oh, and the grandkids. Sweet. How many you got? That's an awesome deal. Teach them how to shoot, man. That's all I got to say. Get them to the range. I started my kids out. They were probably 7, 8 years old when they first went to the range and put a 22 in their hands. Believe it or not, that's safer than handing them a knife at that age, because they just don't have the coordination for the knife yet. At least with the pistol, you can stand there and hold it with them and participate and keep it in a very, very, very safe way, and they'll be enjoyable for them and they'll remember it. Let's see. Remember those big channels don't start off big. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Mr. Letterman. I tell you what, I'm tickled that I've got 9 or 10 people in here, because the first couple times, if it wasn't for Gons coming in on the first show that I ever did as Blockbuster, I could tell you there would not have been a second one. I swear to God, that's the truth. If he hadn't come in and said something to me that day, I would have never done the next one probably. I would have just this equipment would have been sitting here. And Gons, you can pat yourself on the back for that, man. If it wasn't for you, I probably would not even still be trying to do this, at least live streams. The other I probably would be doing as well. Let's see. I have 2 girls, one 2, and the other is 1. Great ages. I wouldn't scratch you. Oh, okay. Well, I got to get some, it's hard to see with, I got a big bright light up here, a light over here, a light on the green screen. You can see it puddling on my hand. You can see that one puddling on my hand, this one down here. And it's hard to see these screens, even though they're bright, with all this extra light. Does that make sense? Well, Blade Walker, I'm glad you're doing better. No, man, Gons, I appreciate you and you guys, because, like I said, I'd have given up on this already. The live streams have been the toughest thing for me to do. Putting yourself out there for one thing, and I've got to get more discipline. I'm watching these guys, and Zach puts on a damn good stream. I mean, he's very at task, and he's verbalizing very well, and he has a game plan and tries to stay on track. So I wouldn't step on his toes for nothing. I think that, what he's doing is great. Actually, he was one of the first people that I found way back when, and I've had him saved for a long time. I just really hadn't been keeping up with his lives. And I tried to watch Cole's as much as I could earlier today, but I had to run an errand for my dad and I had to get going. Well, what else would you guys like to see next week? What could I mean, did you find the the little plate thing interesting, or I'm boring the crap out of y'all? I've got some ammunition stuff that we can talk about. I'm also thinking about doing a corner where I was gonna actually, and before I got my windows all screwed up here a minute ago, I had it all set up here, guys, to go look at eBay. I had set up a filter on the knives, price wise, brands, and all that. And I was going to go through eBay. And I know that a lot of you people probably don't think eBay is a good source for knives, but I have gotten some really, really stupendous deals on knives from eBay. I mean, saved a ton of money on knives. Really nice knives. Some that G-Ball came up with that I just had to have, and I just grabbed them off of there because they were the only place I could find them. New, never used. I want to get these back 2 out again. I do like these knives a lot, the simplicity of them, but they're very, very narrow top to bottom here. And I was going to check something on that. The scale on this, and I'm slobbering all over everything. 0.8. But there's no liner lock, but this has got a very long clip in the back, pocket clip. And to be honest with you, these will probably never see a pocket, but it seems to get in my way a little bit of trying to deploy it. And it, like I said, the detent on it just doesn't seem to be as good as I thought it should be. Not that it's not good, it's just soft. Where on this Kaiser, I mean, it comes flying out of there. But again, I'm not a good, blade flicker when it comes to that. I do much better with a stud on it, but I just love the aesthetics of these two. They're almost space age like, you know what I mean? Let's see. I was here close to the beginning. Yes, you were. Very close. Well, still the beginning. If you're speaking of the live stream, I mean, we're 10 in at the most. I counted them the other day, and some of those I sat by myself, other than Gons being there. Let's see. You can send me. I'll be okay with it. I've lost track of what you guys are talking about. You guys are much quicker than I can keep up with here, and I've only got 10 or no 60 y'all down here now to keep up with. And they said so. Oh, I see now. I didn't realize you can star stuff in StreamYard. I watched a tutorial on this the other day. The ones with you could star things to put in a queue to come back. Like if you ask people questions and you can come to it. That's pretty neat. Maybe one day we can make up a SMKW at Blade Walker. Well, any of you guys that are, especially, Blade Walker or any of you other guys, knife guys that want to get going on a live stream and just haven't made the commitment to do it yet, and you want to get your feet wet, I'd love to have you guys on. It's not very complicated. I send you a link and you just go to your browser with that link and I beam you in basically. If that interests you at all, I would love to do it. Any Gons, Blade Walker, knives. Let's see, where'd you go? Betty, I know you don't want to do it. Probably not anyway. I don't want to speak for anybody. What am I looking for? The Knife's Edge would be a good one that he wants to get his feet wet. Sundays, you're off. Any of you guys, I'd love to have any of y'all on as a guest. I think it would be good to get some people out of the community on the live streams. And I've got a new test that I'm coming up with, or a side-by-side comparison that I think you guys are going to find pretty unique. I haven't seen anybody do this one yet. Oh, you know what? I didn't notice. There's no sharpening choil on this knife. Of course, I'll never sharpen it. It's sharp as crap. It scares me, to be honest with you. Put that back where it belongs before I cut myself with it. Let's see. I might come on soon as I get a tripod. Well, Gons, you don't need a tripod. Get you some books and stack them up and put your phone on front of it and come on, baby. We'll set you right up. I'm not shy to bring anybody in here. You guys know more about knives than I do. There's hands down. I mean, I don't care who's in here. A guy that's got one knife knows more about knives than I do. I just happen to be a guy that likes them and collects them, but I don't know much about them. I know what brands I like. I know what ones I like the appearance of and things of that nature. But other than that, I don't know nothing. Now, you asked me about a pew pew. I'll be able to help you out there, no problem. I wanted to, but would help my husband's Clarence Davis. Okay, I'm not following you, Betty, but yes, I think it's a yes. I might come on. Let's see, afternoon. There's Jesse. I wonder if you were gonna come in here. I thought about you earlier today when I was watching, Zach. Thought, well, Jesse might show up today. That would be awesome. We've been talking about these 2 little things, and then we had a nice long discussion about this buddy right here. See if people could figure out what this is. And, of course, you can't see it because that banner's in the way. There it is. See if you can figure out what this little guy was. You'll have to go back and play the video backwards to see what it was. Sure, DM me, that'd be fine. And I'll even give you my number over there, no problem, Gons. I've the North Florida knife guy and I have been kind of playing phone tag, or let's call it Instagram tag. He's been out of town all week. Him and I are very close to each other, probably, and I can say close within 50 miles or less. And he popped me his phone number. So him and I will be collaborating maybe as soon as this Sunday, but we're going to do something together here soon. Let's see. I'm only an hour and a half away from Smoky Mountain Knife. Oh, cool. Well, what we could do is have you like be the live correspondence, reporter on the street there, Gons, and pull you into the stream and let you walk around, with an iPhone or an Android, either one. You just go to the browser with StreamYard. It's simply that easy. Go to the link that I send you and you're connected, buddy. And that would be very easy to do, even if you had a different, if you got a pawn shop that was agreeable or whatever. That would be cool as crap. I've been there. I'm not real big on it, but Smoky Mountain is a huge place. They got a lot of neat stuff in there. I bought a lot of knife making stuff that I got around and never doing, as many other things in my life, in the very nice near future, Dugan. Okay, cool, Blade Walker. That'd be awesome, man. Well, you and Gons could even hook up. We can get all 3 of y'all on there. He has got to get computer first, Dugan. Oh, okay, Betty. Well, a lot of this now, I'm going to tell you, can be done through these smartphones. And I'm finding out more and more creators are buying older smartphones for the cameras in them and the flexibility of live streaming and different things instead of buying camera equipment. And I'm not sure that's not a bad way to go. I kept an old phone that I have that I'm doing 99% of my stuff at the range with, and all my shorts obviously are being done on it. I've also learned today that I'm really screwing up my efforts here by doing all my shorts via the computer, that I need to be doing them through the mobile app because they are more likely to get shown, because YouTube is pushing everybody to the mobiles for some reason. Again, I think it's because of TikTok. That's just my thoughts. Let's see, I'm losing track here. Well, a little shy of an hour and a half, probably an hour and 15 minutes. Jesse, all right, let's see. Blade Runner HQ is Blade HQ. Uh-huh. I didn't know the Blade HQ was up that way too. I buy quite a bit from them, although I've been more so lately trying to find the deals that are passed on by the different creators and using their links. I have 2 affiliate people that I'm going to work on getting the paperwork finished up with this week. I know I said that last week. I'm making myself a list to try to get more accomplished in a day instead of just having a pity parade, which sometimes happens. Get my ass up, get focused, go to work. And by that, I mean YouTube work on the things I need to get done. I want to try to get more stuff finished. I may have to go to bed earlier to do that, but this community means more to me right now than the rest of the things I got going on. I hope y'all understand that this is important to me, and I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let's see. There is a Blade HQ store front in Missouri, Virginia. I'm not sure where that's at. Let's see. Forgot stranger really good knife. Dugan D10 is money. Okay, cool. Well, I love this Kaiser. I just don't know about this one yet. I mean, it just comes out differently. Plus, it scares me because it's so narrow. I mean, I can back flick it, but man, it scares the hell out of me. Just be honest with you. I'm just waiting for me to just catch that blade right and just take every bit of this skin off right here. I'm just waiting for that day to happen. I need to keep band-aids out here. We are close. That's maybe closer. Well, you guys are all around. I knew Betty's in Ohio because we've talked about that enough times. Grandkids I've got up there and daughter. I keep covering my face up with this picture in picture. I need to move that to the top, don't I, guys? I keep covering myself up. That's better. Let's see. I'm getting ready to do a video from there in a near future. We are going to hook up soon, I hope. Well, you guys got it going on. Well, I'd love to have you guys on, any of y'all. Like I said, no Florida guy and I, we're trying to work on something here. Hopefully this next week I'll get a hold of him and we'll put something together. Don't be surprised if I do some lives vertical this week. As much as I've ragged KC about doing it, now I see what's driving them, but I'm going to be real cautious about what time I pick and do it. I'm just not going to arbitrarily do it at any given time that I'm driving around or some crap like that. I didn't realize you was talking about there when I was said something. I'm lost track. I'm getting ready. Yeah, I saw that. Ask Dwayne. There's fun. Play Walker. Yep. You guys are killing me. Yeah, yeah. Y'all's community's pretty thick. Y'all know more about each other than anybody. I mean, that's awesome, dude. I think that's just great. Well, I wish I had more for y'all. I thought the plate thing was cool though. I thought that was pretty neat. So people that came in late will be able to see and I'll let you know. I'm gonna videotape or record, not tape. Tape's obsolete. My little box idea and get it all done up and put on the channel here this week. So look for that very soon. And then I'm going to show you all my side compound I've made on the side of the house here for airsoft and pellets. I can't shoot the high powered pellet stuff, but the low powered pistols. I've got about a 10-foot or so. I'll measure it, give you an accurate information. But I got a range little setup on the side of the garage here for all those type things that I think would be fun. Let's see. Is it just like vendors guys? Let's see. They're talking. A lot of YouTube people come as well and people. Okay. I thought about going to Blade Show Atlanta, guys, but I'm afraid with my Parkinson's, I couldn't hike it. So I'm afraid to do it. I would have to get something to roll around in, and unfortunately, my pride's a little bit thick, and I need to get over that because if you need help, you need help, right? It's just the way it is. I understand, Dugan. My channel is all I got going for me right now. Blessed to be alive. Well, Blade Walker, man, like I said, you're welcome here anytime. In your channel, I understand what you mean. I mean, that's going to be what I'm going to be doing full time here before too long. I'm trying my damnedest to get fired, folks, but I haven't been able to do it yet. I don't know what it would take to get me fired, but I've been working on it and they keep me around and I'm going to keep drawing that paycheck and getting my insurance paid for until it runs out. Then I'll draw my social security, right? Get a scooter and you go and have a blast. Gons, I'm thinking about it. My son keeps telling me he can buy them and set me up with a hitch on the back of my vehicle that would be just fine. I'm 5 or 6 hours from Atlanta and I would probably drive it, although I'm used to flying it, but I don't know the logistics of all that, and I don't know that it's too late to even try to go. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The biggest convention I've been to is some of the NRA conventions. I have yet to do SHOT Show. I've been invited a few times, and there's just not any really big blade shows down here that I could think of, and gun shows are not as big down here as you would think. I've been to some in Alabama and different places that make these look like nothing. And what few knives they have, they're ripping you off. And now that I've gotten the community, the nice part is I can tell the fakes now, especially on the Benchmade stuff. It's, you know, a lot of guys selling crap out there and getting premium dollar for it. Let's see. Yeah, my wheelchair is the only way I can get more than a few feet walking. Jesse, yeah, but you know what? I need to swallow that damn pride because I know I could do. I would have to stop every 5 minutes. It wouldn't be enjoyable. My shakes would get worse as the day went on, and if I had that scooter, it would be a better show for me all the way around. And who gives a shit what people think, right? Let's face it. They can look down on you. I mean, your inability to do something. I mean, I just feel like you're only in this world once, and you got to be treated right by everybody. And if they're not willing to treat you right, just look on beyond them and keep going. Let's see, Dugan, we just met here, buddy. Uh, I'll buy you one of those long flags and put it. You know what I need is one of those orange old flags that we used to have on the bicycles in the 70s and 80s. You put on the back seat that came up the side of the thing so people could see you coming. I don't know if they still have those flags or not. That'd be awesome. Put my logo on it. Be like put a little table on top of the thing and maybe peddle some knives. Be awesome, wouldn't it? Who cares? Yeah, what other people think. You're right. Because you're living the best life you can live, right? I mean, the cards that you're dealt, the big man's give you, and you just deal with it, move on, and you do your thing. And if they can't understand what you're dealing, Zach had a great patch. I'm gonna get that patch. Or Zeke, is it Zach? It's Zach, right? Um, I forget what it said, but it just hit home with me. I know the little dog ones were cute, but the square one, I'm gonna order some of that. I'm gonna run back his video later today or tomorrow, and I'm gonna get some of those, and I'm gonna put them in some giveaways once I get to that 1,000 mark. I think that patch was really to the point. Me too, Dugan. I can't work, and disability is not enough. No, and knock on wood, and I'm knocking on solid wood here. Thank God I've been able to save some money. Otherwise, I'd be up Shit's Creek, and I'm still able to work. They're using my mind. I can't use my body like I used to, but I still know how to buy steel. And I've been buying steel for 30 some odd years now, and I'm still doing it today and putting deals together. And I bought millions and millions of pounds this week alone. So that's what I do for a gig right now, guys. If you were interested, I'm a steel buyer for a company. Let's see, I'm about 4 hours away and am not going to be healed yet. Okay. I'll definitely DM you. Okay, cool. We'll do that. I'm going to show my ignorance there, Gons. I'm not sure what DM means. Direct message. I know that part, but are you going to do it on Instagram, YouTube, or how? I'll reach out to you one way or the other and get you my phone number. If I can't figure out how you're sending me something, maybe you can figure out how I'm sending you something, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm naive in some of this crap. I would love to have a sheet of. Oh yeah. Well, those are exotic steels in my world. I buy galvanized and Galvalume and painted steel for the building materials industry. I buy gobs of coils, big, huge coils, 15, 20,000 pound coils at a time. You can only get 3 or 4 on a truck. Okay, Instagram that. Thank you, sir, for clarifying. Sorry to show my ignorance. Oh God. Yeah, that's right, Jesse. Everybody deals with patch. Yeah, exactly. And that hit home with me so hard because I don't care what you got going on or what you think you got going on. You don't know what the other person's got going on. And you need to remember that before you lash out at somebody or do something stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah, Betty, I remember that, and I wish you guys all the best in the world. It's tough. And money is stupid now. I mean, I had this huge desire to have fish fillet, not fish fillet. What's it called? Captain D's or Long John Silver's today. I haven't had it in years. Just had to have it. So I had to take a package to my for my dad somewhere. And on my way back, I said, I'm gonna get some fish. Easy task, right? I mean, simplicity. Nothing hard about that. Drive up there, told her what I wanted, got to the window, paid for it, pulled up because you can't go to a fast food place without them having you pull up and they'll bring it to you. Now, I didn't check the damn bag, but she came out. She said, "Are you the one with this, this, and this?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." Took my bag, got into this miserable traffic I had to deal with. I said, I better look in that bag. So I swung into the gas station around the corner. Sure as crap. Nothing in the bag belongs to me. Nothing. Not a thing. So I had to fight my way back around. It was in a damn hard spot to get into because of the traffic flow and everything else. Get back to her. And I'm like, I got nothing in this bag that's right that belongs to me. I know. Well, if you knew, why did you give it to me? And then Buddy pointed out to me because I was on the phone with him when I was doing all this. He said, "Now don't be ugly to that lady because she'll spit in your food." Well, that never dawned on me. So I said, that's a good piece of advice. Better be nice to the person in the window. So I went back. I didn't show my ass like I normally would. And I said, this is not what I got. Was incorrect. She takes it and throws it in the garbage. I would have been at least, well, I could have kept it and give it to somebody, along the way. Somebody along the road might have wanted it. Yeah, we have a lot of homeless where I live. And she said, "I'll be a minute." And I swear to God, if she'd have said pull up, I'd have probably lost it, but I didn't. She didn't ask me to pull up. Got what I was supposed to get and came about my merry way. Got home, got out a couple pieces of fish. Wish I never bought it. Scrap. Tasted horrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay, what is DSKSF? Oh my gosh, I'm so lost now. I was telling my story. I got off on a little deal there and got way behind. Let me see if I can catch up here. I'll definitely DM you after okay, we got that far. We talked about the steel. I'll message you on Instagram. Me and my husband, yes, ma'am. We know that. Okay. Man, sounds good. Whatever DSKFS is, I'm not sure exactly. Yes, it is. Can you get any or a little circle here? You mean steel? Let's see. I'm not sure what y'all are asking me. I am talking to my partners. I have another venture. I have a consulting company as well that I help companies teach them how to run their businesses. And I have an opportunity knocking on my door. And I don't want to put too much out there because I don't, I hate to say that I'm going to do something and I can't do it or it doesn't happen, but I do a lot of business in Taiwan and Vietnam, uh, Brazil, many other countries. I don't do a whole lot in China. I do have connections in China. Obviously, I did in the years past, but since the tariffs are in place and everything else, but there's a good possibility my partners and I have been discussing starting a knife company, and they have the chops to do it in a big way. I don't have the chops to do it in a big way, but they do. And I'm trying to figure out logistics of all that. I'm too not experienced enough to even have the thoughts that I can design a knife. That's not even in my realm right now. But I might be wanting to work with people that are designers that want to get into this in a bigger way. I had a experience this week or last week with Blade Binge. I ordered a knife from there. He reached out to me early on in the order and said there was a problem with it, getting it fulfilled. I think that new shop thing they're doing, they're having people drop ship stuff for them. I'm not sure exactly how that whole thing's working. I don't want to speak out of turn. Very nice. I had a little email thing, or not email, but a text thing back with him yesterday on his page. I wasn't getting correspondence, and the knife still hadn't shipped, but it had, and he's having some issues, growing pains or whatever. But at the end of the day, I got a couple things in the knife world that I can manipulate and do, and that's what I'm working on right now. It's just in conversation at this point. I have backers. I have all the things in place to do it. I have the connections. I'm talking to people in Vietnam right now, as well as Taiwan. I'm going to probably stay out of China simply because, just because I don't have a particular reason. I think there's great manufacturers over there. We do buy some equipment from over there, but we'll just see where all that goes. I'm just putting that out there. I gave you exactly what on the sticker, Dugan. Okay, I know, I understand what that is. Yes, but oh gosh, I don't know what I was asking now. I'll leave that alone. I'm Blade Walker. I appreciate it. I'm kind of lost, but yes, I know what his sticker is, and I know what that DSKFS. Maybe I don't know what that means. I thought that was Zach's stuff. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking. And he seems to be a Benchmade guy. Am I following that correctly? He's a big supporter of Benchmade. Oh Lord, Steven is back. Okay. Who's Steven? Man, I'm so lost. Steele, yes. Walker, Steele. Let's see. I am back. Todd, you're back. Hey man. Good to see you. They got me confused right now, man. I'm totally lost. I was off on a couple tangents and they've been going like crazy over here in the chat. Back like a okay. Bravo. So yeah, I think I got a couple things that'll be in the works. Maybe by the end of the year, get something going. It's just a matter of figuring it out, you know. I mean, these knives like this are just unbelievable. I mean, these guys obviously, I see where the money's at, but whatever I would do would be toward the budget or mid range. I wouldn't probably do anything over 300, and probably try to do the majority. Whatever we do would be around 100, if at all possible. Keep you playing in the background. Thought wife take over chat. Wife always takes priority, my friend. Squirrel. Yeah. Welcome back, Betty says. Well, guys, I think I've bored y'all enough. If you guys that came in later want to see about what this whole thing was about, you can go back and watch it. We went through it. I think it's a great idea. You'll see a video on that sooner than later. That's the project for the week. Um, Again, I appreciate you guys helping me try to get this going. I'd love to see the day that I can break 50 people in here. That would blow my mind. That would be awesome. Of course, I have a hard enough time keeping up with 9 or 10, let alone 50. That's where you guys would come in. Gons and whoever else you pick. Todd. I'm surprised Todd isn't already a moderator. I thought maybe he would want to do that. He may have said something, but I kind of left it up to Gons. There goes my wife again. She calls. every time she gets in the car, she thinks she has to call me and tell me where she's heading and what she's doing. So I don't know what she's doing. So I'm going to wrap it up with that because I probably do need to take that because I just muted her and said adios basically without saying anything. But I appreciate you guys. I'll be back next week for sure. The people that have been here every week, again, I just can't tell you how much it is appreciated. And I'm going to take care of you people, especially when I get this thing going where I'll be sending some stuff out, some swag. Look for the name change. Don't forget about me. Peace out. Marco's here. Marco, you got here at the last minute, man. Unless you've been here and I didn't see you. I'm sorry if I did. Everybody have a great night and a great weekend and a great week. Look for my lives during the week, the vertical ones. Just call me KC. Bye. Now, if I can figure out how to find the screen to shut down. Later, guys. Thanks.